everyone. Welcome to Maeya TV. We are here on the set of the new film Censor Addiction with the film's makeup artist, Charlene Adame.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
It's good.
So how did you get involved with makeup and film in the first place?
I knew from a very young age I was very passionate about makeup artistry, and right out of high school I went to school and I was able to get a lot of opportunities with working on film sets and music videos, and I became a freelance makeup artist. It's been about 15 years that I've been doing this in my career.
Wow. So what does a makeup artist do on a film set?
Well, for men, we usually groom them and touch them up. The main reason for having a makeup artist is to make sure that, their hair is intact, they're not shiny or oily. That definitely picks up on camera. And just making the actors feel comfortable and feel beautiful for the day.
So then, is doing film for makeup different than doing film for someone for just every day?
Yes, when you're on a film set, you want to do the makeup a little more heavier. The camera usually picks up or it washes out the application. So when you're on a film set, you want to go a little 2 shades heavier when, say, applying the lipstick or the eyeshadow. Whereas everyday makeup, it's more of a softer, natural look.
So then when you go into your film and you're deciding what a character's look is, how do you go about that process?
Usually before filming, we go into pre-production and you're basically in contact with the wardrobe, the stylist, and the director, and he gives you an advance notice of the type of looks that he's going for.
Now tell us about your work on this film, Censor Addiction. What is special about the makeup work on this film?
What's been very exciting for me is I've been able to get a little bit more creative and work more with special effects. I've been doing a lot of blooding, bruising. I'm going to be doing some wounds coming up, like in the neck and the hand, and that's really exciting for me as an artist because I get to explore and branch out more, and it's been really fun to explore that on set lately. It's been a few days and we've been doing a lot of different scenes, and it's been very bloody.
That's
fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite part of this job?
I would say getting to know the cast and crew. It's been so great meeting the entire cast and working every day. It's kind of like creating a family, being on set. You spend a lot of time together and you get to see, behind the scenes, the cameraman, the key grip, and the lighting, and everyone is just so talented, and you learn so much every day on set. You learn something new, and it's great to be a part of.
Wow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting us be here and interviewing you. Where can our audience learn more about you?
You can follow me. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram is called Starlene Studio Makeup, and I'm on Facebook as well. My name is on Facebook. It's Charlene Tia.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you everyone watching. And stay tuned for another interview.
Bye. Thank you.
Hello, Maeya TV. My name is Eligia. I'm your host as usual. Today I am joined by actor OReilly on the set of Censor Addiction, and we're going to talk about this project a little bit.
Hello.
Hello. And we're here very happy to have you. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Very sunny.
Yeah, it's very
gorgeous out.
Yeah. So they were filming some scenes here, and then they were still working inside, but I just pulled you aside because I want to get to know a little bit about your character. Soul, right?
Soul. I'm going to go with the heart and soul of the film. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
Knowing Michael.
Is there anything you can say about your character?
He's the leader of, I guess we'll call it a rebellion. Because the emphasis of the whole point of the rebellion is the fight of good versus evil. And I'm pretty sure that we are good. And then this big corporate government overreach, craziness that we'll call the bad guys that we're dealing with. They're all out of whack, and we're trying to put them in check. I'll just say that.
Is this your first time working with Michael?
This is my second time working with Michael. We did a movie a year and a half ago, which may make a release sometime this year, called Charisma Killers.
That's exciting. What made you want to work with him again?
He's very collaborative. It's not a my way or the highway kind of director, and that's really fun. And he values input. And then I have some experience, so it's not my set. The director is the CEO of whatever the production happens to be, so I don't question those things. But it's nice to work with him, and he's open to ideas, and he encourages it. And I always want to work with someone like that. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Some of his film trajectory tends to have a lot of action. What was the preparation for this film like?
Like as far as action wise, that's my brand. So and like I'm always I'm a certified personal trainer, and I'm always running, working out, whatever it is, eating right, whatever. So I'm always ready for the action, and so it just fed right into this. So even on the last film I did a few weeks ago, we had action, and I helped choreograph like the stunts and the fighting. So it's just something I really enjoy. So.
Michael was posting some of his social media, some of like the training with like some of the arms and everything. Is that something that you're used to by now as well?
A little bit. I've only gotten into that like the weapons and tactics, stuff like that, the SWAT training, and one of the gentlemen involved with the film is an actor and providing a location, FT3, specializes in that kind of training. So everyone's gotten a taste of what it's really like to hold a gun, run with a gun, fight with a gun. And so Michael's taking advantage of that, and I don't blame him because it sells. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah. Do they? I mean, they feel heavy in your hand. They really make
some of them. Like we have some like prop guns, but they're like comparable weight, like, almost like like my Soul's character. He's got a personal gun.
Yeah.
And it's a Desert Eagle, tiger striped, and it's about as heavy as a real Desert Eagle. So it's really cool to have that because you can really lean into it realistically.
That's really exciting. Okay, do you have any advice for any actors that want to do an action film like yourself?
Rehearse, get used to being active. Get in shape, because if you've ever watched a fight scene, if you've ever read anything about, like, I'll go extreme, John Wick, they shoot that for sometimes 2 years to make those. And the bulk of it is over and over again. It'll be a 5-point, 5-mark scene of fight, run, fight. You're doing that 20, 30 times sometimes a day. So you have to be in peak physical condition to do those extremes. But you just be in shape, be active, and just know that you're going to go home very tired every day.
Is there anything you can tell us about this film? It should be coming out maybe later this year. I know it's still early, but anything you can let us know?
Like I said, I'll just feed into the good versus evil kind of thing. It's a little bit of a comparison to what's going on with society fighting back, so to speak. So it plays into what some might feel like is actually going on, depending on how you view current political situations and all those things like that. So it's not quite particular like that, but the story is honed in on these 3 characters, Soul, Lilith, and Addis, who come up with a particular idea, and they have a kind of a split. And at the root of it, we'll just say it's, for lack of a better phrase, like a love triangle, which is always interesting. Everybody loves a good action and love triangles. Can't go wrong. And so that kind of splits the group, and then 2 factions of society kind of form. It's not quite post-apocalyptic, but it is good versus evil. Someone that's ego. It's driven by ego and money and power hungry. And then we want to do what's right by the people. Something was used to evil's advantage, let's say. And we're fighting the good fight, and then chaos ensues. So stay tuned.
Oh, stay tuned for that. So thank you so much to everyone at Maeya TV for joining us. It was so nice for you to share your time. Thanks. I know you're busy, and he's got some films to see. He has scenes to film, and so we hope you stay tuned. Look out for Censor Addiction, and stay tuned for the next one. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So hello, Maeya TV. My name is Eligia. I'm your host as usual. Today I'm on set of Censor Addiction with actor Marnette Patterson, and we're going to talk about the film a little bit and her character. So how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, it's so nice to get to talk to you. I know you're really busy, but we want to get to know a little bit about how you got to join this film. Is this your first time working with Michael?
This would be my second time working with him. I'm now also producing with him, which is great. After the last film, we got along so well, and we just had such a great chemistry that we were able to do this together, and also just I don't know, like have a meeting in the mind to figure out like what works for him and what works for me, and then he wrote this character with me in mind.
Yeah. Can you tell us anything about your character?
My character is Lilith. She's the lead in the film. She sort of runs, she's the lead female in the film. She runs sort of this resistance against this medical giant. She leads a group of rebels that go against this medical giant to take down this corrupt corporation. And she is very strong, very smart, and is just the one in charge that people look up to.
That's really cool. I know Michael's films tend to have a lot of action in them. Was there any preparation that went into it?
Interesting. Even on the last film, there wasn't enough or a lot of preparation, but I found out that I'm very athletic, which I didn't, I mean, I knew I was athletic, but I'm very athletic apparently because I had to do all my own stunts. And the people I was working with, they were happy about that since we didn't have a lot of preparation time, but I did more stunts than I thought I would, and I think I'm going to do the same with this film, which is fun and exciting. I'm going to do a flying arm bar. Anyone knows what that is?
Yeah.
I don't, but I'm going to find out.
Yeah. Michael has been posting on his social media sort of clips of handling the arms and stuff like that. Is that something that you're used to by now?
Yes, so I've done a lot at the shooting range, and I practice a lot with guns. I understand them now. I did really well at shooting practice, not that anyone would know or care, because you don't really know that, but at least there's some reality, like there's some realism behind what we do, and having like having some knowledge behind it I think is important.
Yeah.
So.
And if your character demands it too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for younger actors that want to do an action film like this, like you've done?
I would say just keep pursuing it. Don't give up. There's a lot of I don't know, it's a big genre, so I think there's a lot of opportunity. So if action is something you want to do, I think you should definitely go for it. I love it. I love it more than I thought. I used to do more comedy and just drama. I did a movie with Bradley Cooper and Clint Eastwood, and it was a drama, and I thought that was like my niche, but now I'm doing action, and I think it's pretty fun and exciting, so go for it.
Yeah, thank you. And what else can you say about this film? I know it's still in production, and it's going to come out way later on, but is there anything you can share with us?
I think it's going to be something that is going to be very entertaining, very fun to watch, and it's also a beautiful film. I think they got a lot of really pretty people in the movie, and they got interesting actors that are very talented. So I think all in all, it's going to be something that's worth watching.
Thank you so much, Marnette, for sharing your time with us. I know you're busy, you have to get back to filming, but I'd like to also thank the watchers at Maeya TV, and hopefully you stay tuned for Censor Addiction and for the next one. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Maeya TV. My name is Eligia. I'm your host as usual. Today I'm joined by Chris Moss on the set of Censor Addiction by Michael Matteo Rossi, and we're going to talk about the film and his characters. So, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you for your time since we know you have to film.
Absolutely.
And we want to talk a little bit about your character. Can you tell us anything?
Well, sure. You know, the character that I'm playing is, as Hollywood would call it, the heavy, the bad guy, the villain, what have you. So when I approach a villain, and I've played a villain for Michael now, this is our second time working together. I like to play good guys too, but Michael likes to use my intensity, you know. For me, I don't see the bad guy as a bad guy. I see him as a misunderstood, hurt, or misguided person who's now dedicated to a path that everyone else sees as bad. But for me, it's like I'm the hero of my own story. That's how I approach it. This character has tried to help society by introducing a medication that makes everybody happy, but he's also very power hungry and ego driven. So he does so, and when he sees that it's not working right, I don't want to give away too much of the story, that things go bad and he doesn't care because he just wants to maintain power and control. Yeah. And then it gets really out of control and he has to be stopped.
Is it true that the villains have more fun when you're filming?
I believe there's a lot more freedom in playing a villain because you can do and say certain things in the moment.
Yeah.
and you're always forgiven because you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
So if you say something that's off color, it's okay. He's the bad guy. He's supposed to be that way. Whereas you're the good guy, you kind of have to always maintain a control of what you're saying and how you're acting because you need to be loved or respected or appreciated.
So you said this is your second time working with Michael, right?
Mhm.
So what made you want to come back for the second round?
Challenge myself. It's a nightmare working with him. So I said, I'm going to glutton for punishment. I'm going to see if I can do it right this time or stand him because he's very difficult to work.
Oh yeah, everyone said the same thing. No, everyone said the opposite.
No. Michael's a lot of fun. What makes Michael a great director and someone easy to work with is that he approaches his films from the mentality of, and I say this as a compliment, from like a boyish standpoint, like a 12-year-old boy who's excited to play with toys. So he comes at it in when I say a juvenile way, I don't mean that bad way. I mean that in a fresh and youthful way. So he's excited about, you're the bad guy, and this is happening, and that's happening, there's a big fight, and there's an explosion. He gets very excited about the aspects of his film. So that energy carries over into the performances. And then with me and a few other actors that he's worked with before, he gives us a certain trust. So he sets out what he wants, and he sets out the parameters, and then oftentimes we can flourish and add something from our own perspective that he has trusted and appreciated already. So he knows what he's going to get. He knows that when we perform, it's going to be something that he loves, and that's why he hires us or casts us. Yeah.
So his films tend to be very action-packed, and they're a lot of fun. And is there any training that you had to go through for this film specifically?
No, a little bit. Michael does a very good job of bringing all of his actors to, training sessions and stunt performing institutes or facilities, even for shooting and for proper training of how to hold a gun or what techniques a military or a SWAT or a police entity might have. I fortunately have had training like that as well, just myself for other projects. So I have a pretty strong background of doing stunts and doing these action films. So for me, it's just like jumping in the water and swimming. If I was a salamander or a little frog.
Yeah, we saw him posting things on his socials, and it was really cool to see everyone getting prepared and excited for the film. So.
Are you excited? You gonna do some acting?
I'm excited. Yeah.
Come on!
I'm doing some background, so we'll see.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun. Give me the fist bump.
Yeah. So we're castmates actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, do you have any advice for anyone that wants to do a film like this? Any young actors starting out?
Actors. Yeah. Of course. What you're doing and who you are is already good enough. A lot of people want to try so hard when they want to be part of a film or they want to be a character in a film. They want to reach outside of themselves, and that's, for me, not the way to be. You be yourself first and know that you're good enough. Just showing up, just breathing, just standing there is interesting because you're unique. So first, do that. First, be comfortable in your own skin. And then when you see a character that speaks to you and you say, oh, you know what, this character feels like somebody that I could play or that I could be like, then you step into that character gently. Play acting doesn't work. Pretending doesn't work as much as being. So every time you see a character that you like or a character that you want to be or a film you want to be part of, come in with authenticity and it'll be noticed. It really will.
All right, that was really good advice, Chris. Thank you for that.
Sure. A little long-winded. How long is this interview?
No.
Is it comparable to other interviews in time?
Yeah. No, we're perfect. We're wrapping up, and the last question is, can you give us one word to describe Censor Addiction?
Chaos.
Chaos. That's a good one. I think that's a good one. Yeah?
Hey! How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, just making movies.
Yay.
Like the dog.
All right. Well, thank you so much for giving us your time. I know you have to go. It was so lovely to meet you.
And we'll see you on set because you're going to be doing some action too, right?
Yeah, I will.
Right.
So it's so exciting. Everyone's been so cool. And thank you so much to the viewers for watching. And check out Censor Addiction coming soon.
And Chris Moss.
Chris Moss.
Thank you.
So, hello, Maeya TV. My name is Eligia. I'm your host as usual. Today I'm joined by Sarah Murphee on the set of Censored Addiction by Michael Matteo Rossi. And we're so excited to pull you aside. I know you're working, but we want to get to know a little bit about you. So how are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you for having me. This is amazing. It's
Yeah.
great outside
It's
too.
a beautiful
Like,
day. It's a beautiful day.
so nice.
Is this your first time working with Michael?
It is, yes. Yeah.
What made you want to sign on to this project?
Oh, wow. Well, I loved the character so much. When I got the audition sides, just reading her, she was a very tough girl, and I love strong women characters, so I was really excited about the audition sides.
Is there anything you can tell us about your character?
Yeah, well, my character in the movie is engaged to Pillar, and he is captured by Addis Inc., which is kind of the antagonist of the film, and so I won't give any spoilers away, but basically I have to really rise up and become this strong warrior for the group.
Yeah. So Michael Matteo Rossi's films tend to be very action-packed and have a lot of fight sequences. Was there any special training that you had to go through for this role?
Yes, we had to get physical combat training, and we had training with guns, and I loved that day. I learned so much. I know how to, do a slap and a kick, and I feel like I practice them a lot at home now.
Yeah. Are they heavy?
Well, the slaps. I mean, you kind of just like.
Yeah.
It was very interesting because you want to put your hand up so
Yeah.
the actor sees you coming, and then you kind of just time it with the actor. It was very fascinating.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of logistics that go into it,
A lot
right?
of logistics, a lot of practice.
Okay, so I know you can't say that much because you're still filming, but is there anything you can tell us about Censor Addiction?
Oh, well, it's a very suspenseful film. There's a lot of great character relationships. I think this film is really beautiful because of all the different relationships you see and how people are connected, and these people are engaged and they're married and they're friends and they're buddies, and I think there's a lot of twists too, which an audience I think would like.
Do you have any advice for any young actors maybe starting out who want to do an action movie like this?
I would say work out, get to the gym. I'm in gymnastic classes now, and I love them so much, but I think to have a love for movement is what I would
Yeah. Is it because of this film that you're doing gymnastics, or was it alongside, or do you think it was really necessary to really stay active?
Yeah, I feel like it's funny. When this film came to me, I was doing adult gymnastics. I feel like it is helpful, to be honest. And I was talking to a friend about this, that when you do a movie with so many lines, the more you run or yoga or stretch, the more movement you do, the easier it is for the lines to stick in your mind, especially action. So I find it very helpful.
What's your memorization trick? I know actors do it very differently.
Well, it's funny. My memorization trick is I do a movement every time I get lines. So usually when I get lines, I go in the neighborhood and I walk and I just say them. Or I'll, stretch and say them, or wash the dishes and say them. A movement, and then they're kind of in my head.
We had someone say one time that they go on a 2-hour drive and just
Oh,
think about their
drive!
lines. Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Wow.
Yeah, so just a walk is all you need.
Yeah, just a walk.
But it's so cool. Everyone is so different. Okay, so if you can describe Censor Addiction in one word, what would it be?
I would say Censor Addiction is very dynamic.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. It sounds very exciting, so we're so excited for this film, and thank you for your time.
Aww.
Yeah, it was lovely to have you. We're so excited to get to see you on screen, and thank you so much to all the viewers for watching. And lastly, where can we find you on socials?
You can find me at Sarah Murphee, which is Murphree on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah, and stay tuned for the next interview. Bye.
Is Eligia, and I'm here with actor Vernon Wells on the set of Censor Addiction, and we're going to talk about this a little bit and what it's all about. So, how are you, Vernon? It's lovely to have you here. Do a side and talk about this project really quickly. This is the second direct crossing, right?
No, this is the fifth time.
This was fifth time. So, what makes you want to take work for this career?
No. I really enjoy working with you. Way back when I did Eligia's first or second film with him, we had some woman in high heels stomping me to death. I don't know what that was about. That's going. So he usually brings me out whenever we're doing a film.
That's amazing. Is there anything you can say about this character specifically? This one here. Yeah.
He's the oldest statesman because he's the one that's been around and done it all and knows what's going on. He's trying desperately to figure it out. And then he ends up getting killed. So just, oops. Ribs.
He's poor. He's immortal. He's the only one who's immortal. We did get to talk to Michael before, and he's told us about some of his projects. They're incredibly visible sometimes. They're very action-packed. Is there any training that goes into this one?
Let's go to the doctor of that.
Okay.
No, he's very careful with what he does.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
It is living. What it is. Don't want to do it, kill him.
Yes. How much preparation went into this? Is there anything else that you can tell us about how long it's going to be filming? Is this a longer piece that you've done?
This is about 20 days. I'm on 4 days.
Yes.
Spread out. Yeah, the character today, as I said, it's just people like you, friend. In the art, no, I've always been told this is done not to think he's a
Working with Michael, do you find that you develop a partner now? Like a different crew when you work together?
Yeah, I mean, what's the matter about them? If it was I could actually say, hey, Michael, you know, instead of talking about we do this and that, and if we do that, what killed her? He's going to say, no, we just, I'm going to go, no, I need to love it. He never gets in the fire.
That's amazing. So you've been in so many films. So we want to ask, do you have any tips or advice for any young actors that want to do an action film like this? There you go. There you go.
You know, the advice is simple. Running the class. People tell you that you can become an actor by sitting in a chair or talking crap. And then on some friendly gentlemen who will up to doing it. Oh my God, that's the perfect in my movie. And that happens in movies. It really doesn't happen in real life. That's not in doing the crap. Make it wait.
Thank you for that. And lastly, if there's one word you want to describe Censor Addiction, this would be okay, all right, that's a really good one. All right, thank you so much for giving us your time. You know, we're on set. We just pulled them aside, so honestly, yeah. And best of luck to the film, and check out Censor Addiction. Coming out. Thank you. So much fun. Okay.